Nancy, at BMI, you have a very different approach, it seems to me. Maybe it's partly related to how musicals actually get made. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That's true. With musicals, there are there are two fates that generally befall musicals in process, which is that either they never get finished, or the people, let's assume it's a team of 3 people who are writing the musical, end up writing 3 different shows. And so as a result, it's very useful when you're first putting together your collaboration to work on synopses together as a means of being sure that you're literally all on the same page, that you all understand what the show is, you understand who your leading character is, you understand the tone.
And you also make a differentiation between something you call pitch and something you call synopsis. Can you just sort of outline for us?
A pitch is more, I think, what Morgan was talking about. It's whetting the appetite of someone to read further, to read the entire piece. A synopsis, for us, is really more of a tool to be, that's like a preliminary outline. It's not as detailed or as, in one way, or as honed down in another way as an outline. But it's...
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, you can end up writing a synopsis for a very long time, and it never hurts, because as you said, it keeps changing the nature of the piece, and you discover through that you discover how to collaborate with the other 2 people you may be working with.
Mm-hmm. Linda, at New York Theater Workshop, how many synopses come across, come through the mail every year? I mean, I'm just curious, what's it like?
Well, I suppose we read literally between 2,000 and 3,000 scripts a year. So we accept.
How do you do that?
Well, we have a group of we have
Right.
volunteer readers who work with our literary associate Jeffrey Scott. But we all read. I think we all read all the time. I never read enough. But we will accept submissions from our artistic community, the usual suspects, and that doesn't just mean the plays that they themselves write, but things that they recommend to us from friends and associates who they believe in. And we accept submissions of the full script through agents and managers. So the synopses come by way of people who don't have representation yet, and we will accept a 1-page synopsis and 10 pages of writing at the author's choice, and we receive those without any other prior knowledge. So I suppose we probably get maybe another 500 plus synopses, but we look at a lot of full scripts.
And when you're looking at a synopsis, a 1-page synopsis, can you kind of give me a sense of what is it that would capture your attention? What would catch your eye and make you want to actually request the full script? I mean, if you can.
Well, I think the workshop has a very kind of open, long-ranging aesthetic, but there are certain kinds of things that we're really not so interested in. I mean, we are not interested in melodrama, sort of the insular family drama, sitcom, the more kind of traditional forms. So you're always looking, I have to say, because I play all the roles, so you have to understand. You always are looking for something, so you're looking at something that you can say, well, that's not for us. You're looking to to reduce the pile. So frankly, I'm looking for the characteristic. We love history. We love plays that have something to do with the individual in society, the individual in history, how history's influenced us. We love comedy. We love interesting dramatic form. So there are a lot of things that we are interested in, and those also at the same time as you're looking at what can I not read, or what I know is not going to go further here. Then you're looking for those other characteristics as well.
Mm-hmm. This actually reminds me of a great story that Morgan told, and if you don't mind telling it now, I'd really appreciate it. The gray envelope story, because I think it points to the same issue.
This is why I ended up at an agency, which I never thought I would do. I was working at the Public Theater, and we too were reading 2,000, 3,000 scripts a year. And so every week, There would be a pile about that high in manila envelopes of the scripts that we would go through and sort of look at. And I looked at every single script, you know, very quickly, but to get a feel of, you know, what the language was, what the topic was, if there was a synopsis, you know, or if there was some sort of indication of, you know, what the subject matter was, very much like near Theater Workshop, the public was interested in very specific things. So, so we'd go through this pile. But every once in a while, and it wouldn't be every week, it would maybe be every 2-3 weeks, there would be a gray envelope in that pile, a gray manila envelope, and I would say, oh my God, pull that envelope out and give it to me, because I'm taking it home and reading it because it came from Helen Merrill, who always sent her scripts out in gray envelopes. And she didn't send you just anything. She sent you what she felt was really right for you. That was, you know, the type of tone, subject, level of writing that really made sense, so that, you know, that she would say, this is something that's worthy of consideration. She said, I don't want to waste your time. And my very bad German accent. In fact, once I heard about a script that she had, and I said, I hadn't gotten it, you know, and I heard about this play from other people, and I called her up and I said, Helen, you know, where's this play? And she goes, oh, no, it's not for you. I went, well, you know, can't I read it? She says, no, it's not for, I said, don't you think it's good? Oh yeah, you know, she thought it was good, but she didn't think it was right for the theater. And I said, well, you know, you're not gonna waste my time. It's an interesting writer. Maybe it's not right for this theater, but it sounds interesting enough, so I should know their work and know who it is. And so she reluctantly sent me the script. And she was absolutely right. It was a really interesting play, some interesting writer. It was not something the public was gonna do. I think we sent it to another theater that ended up really liking it and doing it. But, so that was Helen. But the specificity of knowing who she was talking to, what they did, it's like a restaurant, you know, like you know what a restaurant cooks, you know, and what the ingredients they use, you know. Sometimes they'll take a risk, you know, and you can always say, oh, you know, this fits into your menu, you know, it's like maybe a leap, but it's somehow connected to the menu. So it's important to know who you're writing to and who you're asking to look at your work. I think that's more important than anything.
I agree.
Yeah, to make a good fit. And actually, I think an example of a really good fit was the Bibo Brinker Chronicles. I don't know how many people saw that.